everybody. Ricardo of COUGHINGGeniusmedia here with another interview with Marques Toro. We are here today to learn some more about him and find out a little bit more about his journey into the art world and see how well it's going for him. And to start us off, the first question is going to be, who is Marques Toro?
So I'm 24 years old. I'm a Hispanic American. My mom's side is Cuban, my dad's side is Puerto Rican. And I was born and raised here in Hialeah, Florida. I know you were asking about my name. So Marques, my dad's name is Mariano. So he got the first three letters of his name, and he used to do graffiti. So his tag name was Quest, Ques. Wow. So he got MAR, I put his tag name together, and then Marques.
Okay, that definitely solved my question. Yeah, I was wondering because I kept making the mistake of mispronouncing it.
Okay.
So I just wanted to, make sure that I didn't do it again.
No problem.
Just wanted to be respectful. So you say your dad used to do graffiti?
Yeah, like just tags here and there.
Okay.
It's just fun kind of stuff.
Okay, so you come from a lineage of art then.
Yeah, and my grandpa used to draw for fun too, paint with like charcoal and stuff.
Okay.
My dad kind of drew with me growing up. Always, wow. I drew since I was little. Also, they always got me the how to draw books and stuff like that.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
That kind of solves a question that I have coming up already. But that's dope, bro. Like that's amazing that you had that support already.
Yeah,
that
definitely.
You had that guidance.
Definitely.
So let's. I can definitely tell that art is a big thing in your family.
Yeah.
But each people perceive it differently. So, what would you say art is to you?
To me, it's just a way to express myself by doing what I love, which is drawing, painting, and just creating anything. I've always loved building stuff. So art is definitely a way for me to express myself by doing that, by creating things using different mediums.
Mm-hmm. What would you say was the first medium that you touched? Was it the crayon, or did your dad give you the
pencil, or pen and pencils, or just that? When I was 4 years old, I had a chain, and it had my name on it.
Yeah.
And I looked at it, and that's how I wrote my name for the first time, just by looking at it when I was drawing.
Wow. So you drew out your name instead of the old way of everybody messing it up in cursive.
Yeah.
Wow, man, that's amazing. That's really deep. So that's what I feel like that makes you a child prodigy almost, because if you started drawing your name by looking at a necklace,
yeah,
then it's kind of like, because I mean, most people, I would say, definitely just had the crayon with the little coloring book, and we just kind of like paint inside of it and stuff, do a crayon in the inside, but you were actually like sketching out your name.
Yeah, they would just give me copy paper and a pencil, and I'll just do my thing, whatever. I was 4 years old, so a lot of it was scribbles, but one day I grabbed my chain and I just looked at it and drew it, but I appreciate it.
Oh man, that's amazing. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of wish I had that, because for me, of course, it was definitely the coloring books.
Yeah.
I didn't really have a lot of people that were into art like that. My big brother was, but whatever he created, he kind of hid it, because I was young. I was ripping paper up and stuff. So he didn't want that. He didn't want me to see it. But he was mostly like a sketch artist. He wasn't really too much into painting and stuff. But I kind of wish he did introduce that to me. Maybe I could have been the type of artist I want to be. Yeah. Which is, mostly involved with painting and stuff, but I didn't get that opportunity. I found the camera instead, which is still art.
Yeah.
It's just
Definitely.
still art. So I'm grateful for that. Yeah. But I tend to struggle with seeing myself as an artist because I feel like, for me personally, I know a lot of people don't agree. And me myself, I don't think it's completely how I feel, but I feel that most artists or people who are able to put pen to paper You know what I'm saying? Paint to the canvas type of people.
Right.
I know it goes deeper than that, but I would like to get your definition because that's my search. I'm trying to find out what the
Okay.
definition of an artist is. So, what would you say your definition of an artist is?
Um, I don't think there really is a true definition to what an artist is, because an artist can be anything. Like you said, you got your photography, your videography. That's a form of art. That takes a creative thought process of your own.
Yeah.
Like just like I have my own creative thought process when I'm painting and stuff.
Yeah.
People who make clothes,
Yeah.
they're artists too. They're clothing designers, graphic designers. It's all just a different way to create, but there's no, at least in my opinion, there's no real definition of what an artist is, because you could express yourself in many different ways.
Mhm. So it's definitely to you just a form of expression.
Yeah.
Yeah, I respect that. I think that would be the accurate way of seeing it. I just like to get the idea of what everybody else thinks because I
Right.
struggle with that myself.
Yeah.
You know, just I think most artists struggle with thinking of themselves as an artist sometimes.
Yeah.
Because if you see most of the beginners, you know, they're like beginning artists, people that are just starting out, they're like, no, I'm not an artist, man. I'm just sketching. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? The denial, the artist stage of denial. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Before you get to acceptance, and then next thing you know, you're out here having art galleries and stuff. You know.
Right.
But so just to go off of that, what made you want to be an artist? I know you say your dad and your grandpa basically just gave you the brush and you went crazy.
Yeah.
But I know at some point you had to make a decision like, I want to be an artist.
Although I grew up drawing and I loved to draw, I used to just draw cartoons that I liked, how to draw such cartoon on YouTube, and to follow the steps on my own paper,
Mm-hmm.
the how to draw books. But I never thought of doing it for a living at all until after high school. And actually coming out of high school, I wanted to be an engineer. I started my first semester, not even a full semester. I did a week of school and I stopped. I was like, Mom, I can't do this.
Wow.
I hate it. And then one of my friends who's making music, he raps,
Mm-hmm.
he asked me if I could do a cover art for him.
Mm-hmm.
I did a cover art for him, a little bit of graphic design, and I fell in love with it.
Yeah.
And my mom, you know, she was like, why don't you go to school for that? Graphic design and art.
Oh, that's great.
And so I went to school for a year in North Carolina. And then after the year, I came back home.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just started doing art. I knew after that cover art that I did, I knew I just wanted to create art, whatever form it was.
Okay, that's a that's a pretty interesting origin story, man. I'm not gonna lie for you two, because I know a lot of people approach school. I mean, if you were involved into the art world, I think a lot of people went to school for art. But for you to take the leap from engineering and then just saying, you know, I think I just want to put more effort into this. That's at a young age for you to be able to find that purpose. That's pretty good, man. Like, and of course, shout out to moms.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. You know, that she pushed you in that direction.
Right.
And I'm happy that it's working out for you now. You know what I'm
Thank
saying? But of course, you had that initial idea of this is what you want to do. What keeps you going nowadays, though? Like, what keeps you creating?
I try to gather inspiration from wherever I can, really.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it be like whatever I'm watching, the music I listen to. Sometimes I'll be in the shower or I'll wake up from sleeping and I'll have an idea of what I want to paint next. But sometimes when I do get that artist block and I can't create anything original, what I do to kind of help keep the juices flowing is I'll get like some of the animes that I love to watch, and I'll recreate my favorite character, and I'll paint it and try to replicate it as close as I can, because all those shows have different art styles, even American cartoons also. They got all kinds of art styles there, and I like to recreate it and then take little things here and there and implement it into my own artwork. So those things kind of help my inspiration keep flowing.
Okay. Speaking of anime, I don't want to put you on the spot, but I watch anime myself. You
Right.
know, I like I like the, I like the, I like the variety of
Right.
not just animation style, but also the stories. You
Yeah.
know, I see that some of your animations are mostly revolved around Dragon Ball Z.
No.
Uh, but I'm gonna ask you the question that everybody who may be an anime fan would ask you, which is, what's your top three?
My top three. Okay. Um.
Uh-oh.
Right now,
Uh-huh.
I think my top three. One of them has to be Attack on Titan because
Okay.
that story is crazy.
Okay.
Even though it's not finished yet, it's
Yeah,
still
yeah,
got
yeah.
a little bit left. But I love that story. It's nuts. Um, Naruto put me on to anime.
Of
That's
course.
an OG.
That's the OG.
And I'm gonna give you two more because I'm
You
tied
can't,
between
yeah, you
these two.
can't give it into three.
One of my favorites is Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Respect.
I love that anime. That story is crazy too.
Respect.
The art style is cool.
Yeah.
The characters too, and Demon Slayer because the story is real fun and the fight scenes are crazy and the animation is
Yeah.
impeccable, bro.
Did you see
amazing.
the? We're not gonna get too. We're not gonna get too much into it. But I'm gonna ask you. Did you see the fight between we're not gonna get into it. We'll talk about it after because I can't remember the name right now. Um, but speaking of animation style and just art style, how would you explain your style?
It's tough to explain because I'm still trying to find it, find a niche. I like to kind of have a variety of different things. If I had to pick something to describe my art style, I'd say more like pop art or impressionist kind of style, or more loose, bold colors and bold lines, things like that. But like I said, I'm still trying to find my own niche, find my own kind of way where I'm like, okay, yeah, this is me. But in the meantime, I'm just kind of that dibbling and dabbling in a bunch of different things, you know.
So what would you say so far has been like your main? Because I see a lot of acrylic on some of your descriptions of your art on the walls.
Yeah.
Like, is it mostly acrylic, or do you dabble in some other ones also?
Um, so far I've only done acrylic because I love that it dries quickly and I could.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause I do a lot of my paintings in one sitting.
Oh,
So
okay.
I would like to, for example, one night I'll paint from 8 o'clock at night till like 3, 4 in the morning. And what helps me finish in that span of time is that the acrylic dries,
Mm-hmm.
not like oil where it's
Yeah.
I mean, I've
it's-
never worked with oil, so there's a lot to learn there,
Yeah.
but I know it doesn't dry right away.
Yeah.
So the layers and the effects that I could get with acrylic, I don't know how I would be able to achieve these different things in different mediums yet.
Mm. Yeah, I definitely think that acrylic would be the fastest because I've watched some videos, some reels of other artists doing paint, doing I think some people do resin. I don't even know, but watercolor definitely I think takes a minute.
Yeah.
But from there, I think marker would be your second choice after acrylic, if not your first choice.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, so you said something interesting in the middle of all that. You said you do almost all your paintings in one sitting.
No, oh, yeah. Most of these paintings I've done in one sitting. Some of them, believe it or not, the bigger ones are the ones I've been able to finish in one sitting, whether it be 8 to 10 hours. But the smaller ones, like some of these anime,
Mm-hmm.
it has so much detail, and I'm
Yeah.
trying to replicate something else that's already made. It's more tedious, so I take more of my time with it. And even though the paintings are about 9 by 12, um, it'll take me probably like two or 3 days of like 4 or 5 hours sittings in between each,
Yeah.
rather than like this one behind me I did in 8 hours,
Yeah.
and it was just it's more expressive,
Mm-hmm.
so I had more leeway and I didn't have to make anything super precise like when
Yeah.
I'm replicating these other styles.
Yeah. I know that you do, or you also do commissions.
Yeah.
Um, do you do those in one sitting, or is it also just like the replications? Like you gotta take some more time with them.
The commissions is a little different because I'm trying to get something done that the client is asking me to do.
Mm.
A lot of times the client likes my artwork, but they got their own idea of what they want to put on their wall, which is
Yeah,
perfectly
yeah.
fine.
Yeah, that's how it's
I
supposed to
love
be.
to
Yeah,
do that for you.
understandable.
It's a
Yeah,
blessing for you to give me that opportunity.
yeah.
But when they send me that picture, I try to get it as close to that picture as I can, you know. So it takes a little bit more time there.
That's awesome, man. How often do you usually get like commissions? Like, is it like well, let's not talk about frequency. When you get commissions, like what type of commissions do you get? Is it like maybe a picture of my dog, or is it more like something for the grandparents, or is it like what would you say was your main request as far as it goes?
I've gotten a couple different requests. I got one request recently that's for it was like a pop art,
Mm-hmm.
one of the like a woman's face, that pop art style,
Mm-hmm.
and it says you're in the movie room. So it was like for his movie room.
Okay.
I got a commission for a client who wanted to put this painting in their baby's room, and it was like a Dragon Ball Z style, but with their baby drawn and painted in that style.
Okay, that's dope.
Um, and some have been like logos. Like some people want to do their logo. I've done logos in canvases and stuff like that.
I think I saw on your Instagram you had a Pokemon one.
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
Yes, some of my anime stuff, but those weren't commissions, but they were just. I like to do the fan art too
Yeah,
because
yeah.
a lot of people love it,
Yeah.
and I love it. It's part of what I grew up watching and what I grew up loving.
Okay. Definitely. I've seen some of your work. You know what I'm saying. Of course, I checked them out first. Just to see, so I could just get some research, get some information. Wanted to see what your style is, and how how uh, how how diverse. You know what I'm saying. You get into your work. Would you say most of your paintings are like a representation of your life, or just maybe just your childhood? Because I see Simba,
Yeah,
I see Mickey,
yeah.
So I'm getting the this is just me expressing my inner childhood, or expressing like how what are your painting a representation of? Is it a representation of you, or is it something deeper? Basically, I'm asking.
It's it depends what I'm feeling in the moment.
Yeah.
Because I've had paintings where it has nothing to do with like a cartoon or anything like that. It's just pure emotion and what I'm feeling, and I'm trying to let these emotions go onto a painting, and that's more of like what I'm going through, what I'm portraying that's going on in my life. But these paintings that I do use, these cartoons, it's like my childhood and parts of me, and things that I liked growing up and that inspired me to do art.
Okay. Uh, I of course some of your artwork, like I said, some of your artwork express your childhood a little bit. But I also saw some of your artwork. Some of them were mostly focused on hands. Like
Yeah.
I remember you telling me the reason that you draw those hands. You mind sharing that?
Of course. So I'm Hispanic, as I said earlier. So the Hispanic culture, we talk a lot with our hands, and hands is really important when you look at body language and how you're trying to express something that you're trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
It makes a big difference. So I try to capture that emotion of the body language of the hands in these paintings using colors and strokes at the same time to kind of convey the feeling that I was experiencing or that I've experienced in my life in those paintings.
I definitely see some of your paintings that seems a little bit I wouldn't say dark, but kind of a representation of a hardship
Yeah.
in a way. You know, as an artist myself, I know life can be a little bit hard being in that space.
Yeah.
Some artists are very introverted. Some artists are very to themselves. Um, and of course, there's the cliche: the life of an artist is hard.
Yeah.
Uh, would you agree or disagree with that? Like, and if you do agree or disagree, like, how has your life been as an artist?
I think life, period, can just be hard on anyone, regardless of if you're an artist or not.
Yeah.
There's always ups and downs and hardships that everyone faces.
Yeah.
But for me, as an artist, I like to use the art as an escape from whatever I'm feeling. Because when I'm painting, when I get in that zone where I'm painting for hours at a time, I don't feel anything. I don't remember anything that's going on around me. It's kind of just like I'm at peace. My mind is blank and my hands just moving.
Mm-hmm.
And the artwork definitely helps me kind of get out of whatever slump I'm in the moment. Sometimes I'm feeling pretty rough and
Yeah.
I just want to pick up a paintbrush and forget about everything.
Yeah. 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 So, would you say, when it comes to your mental health, I myself as an artist wish that someone would check up on my mental health. So this is gonna be a mental health checkup.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? How would you say you're doing, like as far as mental health goes, as far as being inspired goes, as far as feeling motivated goes? Like, how's your mental health? How are you feeling?
It's all right. It's something I've been trying to work on actively to not, you know, fall down too low. Because
Mm-hmm.
when you fall down low, your productivity kind of
Goes down also.
goes down also, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to do that. I want to keep kind of high spirits and keep creating. Um, but I also have a good support system with my family.
Yeah.
They're always checking up on me. My girlfriend's checking up on me, and they help me kind of when I'm feeling down.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely mental health is something that everybody needs to kind of work on.
Yeah.
It's important.
Yeah, I definitely was wondering how does your family help you when it comes to that? Because I remember you say they already put the paintbrush in your hand,
Yeah.
so they've already tried to kind of give you that escape itself at a very young age. To just be like, hey, like when the world is burning down, just know that you can have this.
Yeah.
One of my saying that I think I said in every one of these interviews is that you can take everything from me, but just lock me in a room full of canvas and
Yeah.
a paintbrush, and I'll be perfectly fine. I don't need nothing else. That's my sanctuary. And mind you, I haven't even done that. You know what I'm saying? But it's
Right.
something I've always wanted to do. Like that's for me. I feel like that's a big escape. Just putting your putting pen to the canvas, paint to the canvas, like just expressing yourself in that way. Like I feel like it's so therapeutic. And even you saying that most of your paintings are done in like one sitting itself tells me you kind of just get get drawn into the zone and just
Yeah.
stay in there for a while. I was gonna get into how does your family and your friends support your mental health and help with your mental health, but you already said it. You said your friends are there and everything. So we're gonna go into the second section of that question, which is how do you feel about the art industry in Miami? How do you feel about the support when it comes to the art industry in Miami? And are you even active in the art industry in Miami?
I try, and I've done a lot of events, and I met a lot of people, and there are a lot of supportive people out there.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes it's hard to reach the places you want to go because you haven't met those people yet,
Mm-hmm.
and it it definitely is hard because in Miami sometimes not everybody wants to support you, but definitely the people I have met have been great and supported me 100%. They've been a big help. Uh, but yeah, I kind of got lost in that question.
No, it's just basically like how active are you in the art industry, and you basically answered it.
Yeah.
You basically answered it. How do you feel about your career so far? Like, tell me, tell me some milestones. Like, what's something that you're really proud of, and what's something that you can't wait to happen?
Okay. Um, well, a couple milestones that I have is last year, around when the pandemic was hitting its hardest, March, I
Mm-hmm.
had my first solo art show,
Oof.
and
Congratulations.
thank you. And it was great. It had a lot of people come out, and they loved the artwork. I had a lot of great feedback. It was a blessing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then after that, recently here we had our grand opening for this gallery,
Okay.
the Creators Guild, where we're trying to get a space for all creatives to come together and do photography, use the space for gallery,
Mm-hmm.
solo art shows, group art shows, whatever it is. We just had our grand opening, which was amazing. Also, we had a great turnout. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of people came and showed support, and it was amazing. Um, and something we're looking forward to is to continue to give people a platform here at the Creators Guild, and have other people put their art up on here, or have people record their podcast, do their photo shoots here, and just give everybody an opportunity to create a community.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I like that, man. Like I said before, I love what you guys are doing here. It looks amazing. It's a great space.
Thank you.
I definitely plan on using that podcast space for sure.
Thank you.
I have some interviews that I need to do. Um, but I remember you telling me that you were hoping one day to get into Art Basel.
Yeah.
You've had some shows around Art Basel,
Yeah.
but you wanted to get into the main event.
Right.
So I know that's probably one of your goals,
It
but
is.
I want to know if you have any more goals. So in 5 years, like in 5 years from now, where do you see yourself?
Okay. The In 5 years, I mean, if things keep going the way they're going, hopefully, I would have been able to inspire other people, or touch other people's lives with my artwork. I would like to just keep growing and doing what I'm doing. The fact that I'm able to paint and have people come and ask for my paintings, or ask for custom paintings done by me, is a blessing. So if that continues and grows, I'll be happy.
That's amazing, man, and I can definitely see I can definitely see the determination, the commitment. Once again, you doing paintings in one sitting sounds crazy to me, but you know that's that. But that's a sign of the love and the commitment and the dedication and the passion that you have for this. Um, Aside from the amazing animation art pieces that you have, I see other pieces that I think are really amazing also.
Thank you.
I definitely think you're gonna have more solo shows coming, and probably a couple group shows also. I created this so a lot of other people can meet each other, a lot of other artists can meet each other, to give artists a platform to share what they're doing, what they're going through, what they're planning on doing.
Yeah.
So I think someone may find you through this video, and of course, I'm gonna connect all the artists that I interviewed, and who knows, might even throw some events here also, just to get everybody together. Maybe, you know what I'm saying, depending on the vicinity who can come.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I'm definitely excited for you. I definitely think you're gonna reach that Art Basel
Thank you.
main event. You know, like I said off mic, we're not gonna say it here, you know, but there's connections to be made, you know, and I think I think you're gonna do great. Um, don't hold yourself back. You know, you're doing a great job already. Um, so I'm happy for you, man, and I'm excited for you. I'm excited for your next journey. I'm
Thank you.
excited
I
for this
really
journey.
appreciate it. Thank you.
And with that, we are going to actually share your social media information.
So I have the Toro Graphics, which is at TORO_GRAFFIX. And then we have the art gallery Instagram is at the creators CREATORS Guild GUILD LLC, and that's the Creators Guild LLC Instagram.
Awesome, awesome. And with that said, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Marques Toro
Thank you.
and Ricardo, of course, of Co-Creating Act. And thank you for joining us today.